Okay, so this is the video for the testing of this Hyperstone. 2 videos ago I did the opening up and introduction of this one, so this is going to be the video where I do the testing and the review of the Hyperstone. So I'm going to get right to that right away. Okay, so I've tested the Hyperstone spinner from Spinner Vietnam. Their website is spinner.vn. They have a variety of these on the site. They come in different metals and a light version and a heavy version. The light version, on the light version, this raised bar in here is removed and there's a hole through there instead, so it makes the spinner a little bit lighter. And then they have all kinds of different metal types and finishes. So this is the all copper one, and it also came with a set of brass buttons. So this one, the price on this, they list the price on there as around $88 or something like that. I think once you actually buy it and pay the shipping charges, you end up paying about $110 for one of these. So it's not a terribly expensive spinner. It's a pretty good price for what it is. This is really for somebody who likes bar spinners, a bi spinner. I'm not a huge fan of the bar spinners. They don't work as well for me, but this one works really nicely when you hold it with this little curve like this rather than like this. It's very easy to use in that way, and it's probably, and for a bi spinner, it's probably one of the best bi spinners I've had so far. And part of the reason is just the feel of it. It feels really smooth and clean, and it's easy to pull. Like this, it's easy to throw when you do it like that. When you turn it over, it's a little more difficult. It doesn't quite come together quite as well. But you have two different ways to play with this one, just because of the way the curve is made. And I like the way the finish is on this one. It's kind of a matte patina finish on all the raised parts. And it looks like they did that process and then they went back through with a machine and remachined the edges around these little raised sections to make them shine more. And it's a pretty attractive finish. But they have other finishes if you don't like this one. I always buy the copper ones because I like the copper for a number of reasons. It's one of the heavier metals, and I think it looks nicer. But that's basically what we have here, a really nice bar spinner. And so how did it test out? Well, on their website they claim 4 to 5 minute spin time, and from what I can see, it's very justified. That's a very justified claim. The average spin duration I got for this was 5 minutes and 37 seconds. And it was fairly consistent at that. I got one long spin. One of the times I spin it, it got a little bit over 6 minutes. I'm not sure why that one went so much longer than the others, but in most of all the other spins, it got between 5 minutes and 16 seconds and 5 minutes and 28 or 5 minutes and 35 seconds. So it was very consistent, except for that one spin that went extra long. But it averaged 5 minutes and 37 seconds with only a 12 second average variation, which was really good. So it didn't get much penalty at all for unwanted variation. And I gave it for appearance, I gave it an 8.5 and feel an 8.5. It's one of the better feeling bi spinners that I've seen so far. Perceived quality an 8.5. It seems very well made. It's obviously the bearing in it, which is unusual, which I showed you in the beginning of the video. It works very well. It's nice and smooth, and you don't get a lot of you turn it like this a little bit, just a hint of thumping, not much at all, very little. So I think it was well made, and I got an 8.5 for that also. So in terms of the spin time, it got like I said, 5 minutes and 37 seconds, which qualifies it as a superior spinner in terms of spin duration. It got an overall score of 8.4, which qualifies it as a superior spinner. So it hasn't been very often that I've given that kind of a score to a buy spinner, but I say this one's fairly good and worth the price. I mean, it's not a terribly expensive thing. It's not one of those $250 spinners, and it seems like it's up at the high end of the quality spectrum. So this one, I think the only way you can get it is to go on their website, which is spinner.vn, which is for Spinner Vietnam, and you can get on their site and buy all these different things, and they're in stock now. So that would be a good thing to pick up if you want a really nice buy spinner. So I'm pretty happy with this one, and we're going to put that one to rest now. We'll see you later.